Old is ugly. When we see our grandparents, we will run away from them because they look ugly. You see? And he emphasizes there is beauty in the tradition. There is beauty when a woman goes to the field, harvests. There is beauty when someone is carrying a baby at the back. The baby has a feeling. The baby is connected. There is a beauty when a woman is suckling a child. See, the modernity will replace it with the bottle. Women no longer want their breasts to grow longer. They give bottle milk. They think that is the better. Instead of carrying the child to have that touch, the child is rolled. You keep your distance, you have no touch. You see. Pope wants to make us recognize that young people, let us have a touch with our tradition. Let us have a touch with our past. How many of you can sing the traditional songs? Do you know one? One traditional song? Hey, we are in the camps for some time, but those of you who are surrounding here, this place is Rhino camp. Madi Teregu. Madi now. Can we sing one of our songs in Madi? The traditional one. Can we sing one? Which songs do we sing now? Hey. Which songs do we know here? Any? And for us, when the songs they produce now, there's a young kid who was singing, I wanna eat your banana. I said, and you cannot sing your own song. A young kid, I wanna eat your banana, and gets lost. I don't know whether he even understood the meaning of the song. You see, we are being detached. And when I read this chapter, I felt it. It touched me. And someone will raise their hand. Yeah, I'm giving this. You sing for me one of those traditional songs. And we dance, tracing our roots.
Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. I'm having a traditional song in Lugbarati. I am a Terejian. So the song is about a stolen cock. Yeah, it was in a certain tribe. So let me start. Mungu azagamani badini dokima unaledro ubalikodorea unalebi kwa koli. Mungu azagamani badini dokima unaledrio ubalikodorea unalebi kwa koli. You know, that cock was named Mungwa, so it was a big cock. So after it having grown very big, it was stolen by a certain thief. Okay. So let me start it again. Mungu azagamani badini dokima unaledrio ubalikodorea unalebi kwa koli. Mungu azagamani badini dokima unaledrio ubalikodorea unalebi kwa koli. Mungu azagamani badini. That the foxes of nowadays are eating chicken without the feathers. The feathers being pulled out.
That is beautiful. So we are not completely lost. We are not completely lost. Young people, we must appreciate our culture. We must appreciate our traditions. We must appreciate our longing. There are people who will say that the young is beautiful. When they do adverts, have you ever seen the way MTN is advertising with the old people? They will always advertise with the beautiful people, the handsome, energetic, to make us think that we must remain young. They want to, I will say, explore and also exploit us. We must be very careful. When politicians come and say, do this, it's the young people, because you have full of energy. And they use us for their own benefits. You see, we will easily rush. When they say we are going to destroy, it's the young people who run. Come, we go and destroy this place. The young people. See, fighting the young people. We lose our dignity. There are people who are benefiting from us. Our potential we must use for serving God, for serving the nation. Yes, we must love our nation, for serving the nation, for serving the society, for serving the community where we belong. Back, I would suggest in the minds of Pope, where the old people are being kept, Europe, in the houses of the old. When your father is old, your father is kept in the house of the old. And you have no touch with the old people. And it is coming to Africa. People are living in towns, old people are living in villages. We no longer have places where near the fire we sit down to discuss. There's an expression that what an old man sees while seated, a young man will not see while standing. Even if he climbs the tree, he will still not see, because he has no experience. Pope is saying we must have a touch. Even if we no longer have places of fire where we can discuss with the old people, but we can create occasions. We can create situations where we go to help the old people. And this comes to mind. How can we help the old people in our society? Even in camps, some people came, they were old, they don't have tens in their heads. They may not have the energy to go for the ratio. Their compound may be so busy. Even they don't have a small garden. Here we are, young and energetic. How do you intend to take care of the old? We must always look forward to bridge this gap, to close this gap. See, gone are the days when we will run away from the old people. We had a myth like when someone is old, this person must be poisonous. You will run away. No. We must see the worth of the old people. As Father Walter said about the other old woman, this woman was once a beautiful girl. So if you see her, you also keep thinking in 2050, 2060, you will be like her. And that time she was like you. At her age was like you, was beautiful, was charming, had boyfriends, had what? But this is a time, became a mother, aged, needs your support. We must connect with the old people. We must listen to their stories. See, as young people, how can we help the old people? How can we keep this connection? How can we keep in touch? Christ is alive. Christ is alive. The Jarumu Andrea Kampala. The Jari Dadriarua, the Jarukini. Simanyi Lugbara, the Jari Dadriarua, the Jarukini. Simanyi Lugbara. Kini tidi ma baby ni batiraya. Osubiri mo tikini basoraya. Anyenya sako, anya banana. Oh! Kini nyenya sako yarinya? Banana. Banana. Solo banon vetere kutisira banana. We have to get back to our roots. We have to get back to our roots. Here I'm not touching even the Catholic roots. How many young people can now make Kobe's? Those of you who are here, you know what a Kobe is? How many girls can make Kobe's this time? That can make the rough one. The other one? You can make a very nice Kobe. You are not going to buy. Do you have one? I want to buy. What you make, you should be able to have. They're at home. How I wish there was transport. I want to see your Kobe. Don't borrow the one of your mom. How many people can make even the corners? Boys. Even making a whole handle. Even a whole handle. Our boys, can we make whole handles? A nice one. What about the knives? Blacksmithing. That was for particular people. But we must learn to make something. This is my culture. Even to have the traditional dance, it's not sinful. We must have roots. I'm getting back, we must have roots. And Pope says in having roots, we must have a touch with the old people. We must have a connection with the old people. We must see a way of helping the old people. And he reminds us, let us keep watch with people who think young is only beautiful. People who only want to promote the now, not the past. Now and the past must connect to give us the tomorrow. When we have the today plus the one of yesterday, we get a beautiful tomorrow. The today minus of yesterday, you are not sure of tomorrow. We need this connection. We need this touch. Even the roots now in the church, we are almost losing our Catholic roots. We are almost losing our Catholic roots. Not so many people say rosaries. People say rosaries because of fear. One time in a certain place, there was propaganda that there were evil spirits. And in that area, those who had rosaries, the evil spirits were not disturbing them. When Muslims had that, they went and bought all the rosaries. Yes, we may put on rosaries, but do we say it? Even our own roots in the churches. When I was growing, we used to have beautiful prayers. Sunday evenings we'll call benediction. We used to call it Mugisa. Benediction. In the churches, benedictions, I don't know whether they are there these days. Adorations are dying. Our own Catholic roots, even the prayers. You see, we are growing Catholics, but we don't know where is the difference between a Catholic and a Protestant. In some places they say, for me I went to pray where I am, Koboko Parish, but in town. You will get a Catholic said, today I prayed in St. Mark. St. Mark is where the Protestants are. Another time comes, I'm praying in Teremunga where the Catholics are. But Father, these are all churches. They all praise God. So I pray where I want to pray. And you lose the roots. You have no connection. You have no touch. Why is that the other one is a Catholic and the other one is a Protestant? And then why is that the other one is a Muslim? We must trace back our roots. Even at the time of our first Soul Communion instructions, when we were still being instructed, when we received the whole communion confirmation, people get lost. There was a time I went to a stationery where they were selling books but also printing. And I got students who were discussing. They say they are in, I think, UCU, where they teach Bible, Old Testament, New Testament, compulsory. Then these were Christians discussing, say, Bible is so difficult. For him, he's going to dodge, he's not going to. And then I inquired, are you people Christians? They said, yes. I said, but why are you saying Bible so difficult? I said, we started these things long ago. I used to move to the church, but now, where are you? We now make it used to. Want to detach ourselves. We have no time. Even we have no time for our parents. Sometimes when people are giving us calls on phone, you see a call from your father. No, this one needs money. You switch it off. No. We need to have a touch. And Pope really cries and urges us to have roots. Christ is alive. In me and in you. Christ is alive. In me and you. That is a summary. I did mention Father Walter touched a little about having youth with the roots. There's chapter 7 of it is about youth apostolate. I see most of us are youths. People within the age bracket of 15 to 30. Others may say 14 to 30. Others may say 14 to 35. But from 15 to 30, we are youths. People with energy. People with zeal. People with enthusiasm. People with strength. When we talk about youth apostolate, is taking Christ to the young people by the young people. Proclaiming the good news to the young people by the young people. This for me is what I will call youth apostolate. How do we share Christ's message among the young people? We may be having different methods, and Pope is not happy with what we'll call the usual method we have, where young people are taught. Young people are given only information. Young people are not involved. Young people must be involved. Pope's approach is that it must be participatory. Others will say it must be the young people driven. It must be the desire of the young people to know what they are supposed to do. And in the youth apostolate, this is key. We must be involved. It is your duty to make Christ known, to make Christ proclaimed to your other group members. Father Walter the other time talked very beautiful about new evangelization. I don't know whether you handle with them. It's very nice approach where young people must be involved in the apostolate. The apostolate is not only for the old people. And we have to move from this. I believe there are so many young people in these three communities or chapels. But today we are not so few, but I believe not all the youths are here. When it comes to Sunday's praying in the church, who are the majority? Is it the young people? The young people? Old. Where are the young people? And Pope makes this into two. We need to get these two approaches. For me, I like it. Say, we must reach to the young people. One, through outreach. This is what he used the term, outreach. Probably you must be able to know outreach. Those who are staying in the health centers to go to the communities for immunization. And they call it outreach. Outreach is attracting the young people. Attracting the young people. Maybe this will virtually be discussed by you. Why are the young people not willing to participate in the church. Here on Sundays, for example, what takes the young people away from the church? When we say we come to clean around the church, you the catechists, why is that the young people are not there? Have we recognized the young people in the church? Do they have a place in the church? But the first approach of outreach is to go and look for the young people. Before even I mention, someone can mention, how can we get young people? What should we do to get the young people? Yes? That we by organizing youth conference? Saying by organizing youth conferences. Can we clap for her? Good. Youth conferences to bring them together. Another one. How do we get to the young people? Yes? We get them to be occupied, that they should be engaged in some activities in the church. Activities like what? Good, reading the Bible. That's beautiful. Another one? Activities in the church, reading the Bible. Can we clap for him? Yes, the Kobe lady. Playing netball and football. Can we clap for her? Yes. Music festivals. Music festivals. Can we clap for him? Another one. First, we must attract the young people. How do we attract the young people? What you have mentioned there, actually what Pope has mentioned in that book. Pope talks about sports. Netball, football, athletics, maybe playing Ludo, I don't know how many sports, playing cards, playing draft, playing chess, whatever sports. First, we must attract them. Here, let's get it practical. Which activities do we do here? Yes, what's the name of this chapel? Saint Peter. The youth of Saint Peter. Raise up your hands. Good. Beautiful. What do you do in St. Peter to attract other youths? Pardon? Hey, song practice. How many people normally turn up for song practice? Song practice not only for the choir. Is it for every youth? For Kizitos? What is their turn up for song practice? These are beautiful activities. How can we attract the youth? Outreach. We must first attract the youth. And Pope is crying, we must first attract the youth. Maybe my other question could be, what has discouraged the young people from coming to song practice? What is chasing the young people away? No musical instruments, yes. Another one? Where have you borrowed these ones from? You borrowed. Okay. No musical instruments. Another one? No songbooks. Another one? Misunderstanding among the members. Members, they don't cook well. Members and the leaders. The leaders are a little corrupt. They eat the money. When you come late, they knock your head. Now, how do we get a misunderstanding? Yes? The timetable is unfriendly. Yeah, but this we can plan a friendly one. Another one? Probably, if we know that the causes of the downfall, we must be able to support and bring them up. We need, even where they say the church, youth alive, Christ is alive, the first chapter talks that try to bring even how God has intervened through the young people, like Samson, to make sure that they are a channel of God's grace. That's why Pope is saying Jesus is ever young. The young people must recognize that Christ needs them. For me, I'm dwelling, how can we improve youth apostolate? How can we reach to others? Pope is saying we should not only reach to the Catholics, not only Catholics. In Ikoboko, we organize every Christmas, we have the Christmas tournament. I have to admit, sports is expensive, especially if you have to travel very far. But getting balls is easy. So there's a chapel where the majority are Muslims. And there's another smaller chapel, the majority are Protestants. But the Protestants and Muslims play very good football. Now, should they play in Christmas tournament? Do we allow Protestants to play? Is it for Protestants? Is it for Catholics? Should we allow them to play? Yes. Let's first attract them. And I think it was also a challenge in the national, sometimes tournaments when I was there. How can we attract them? Outreach. How can we attract them? You have mentioned beautiful, but can we put this into practice? Can we come back together and find out what you have mentioned is working? You have mentioned beautifully. Do we have the music festivals? But you say through music festival. Who is supposed to start the music festival? This part of Rhino in Paris is doing that same music festival with the Arua Diocese. I know they have not joined Nebbi. And by the way, with the music festival, Nebbi has always been winning in Ganal. Nebbi has always been winning. These guys are very good in Aguara. They are very good in Indara. You bring music, they do it very well. But let us begin music festival. If it can attract, yes. In many places, apart from music festival, like we have St. Kizito's. Even St. Kizito's in Koboko now, the young kids have changed its name. They call it Pepele. Because there's a song, Pepele, Pepele, oh, Pepele. Every time they come to the Paris, they first dance that song. When they reach home, they say, now, we have been from Pepele. Mommy, I want to go to Pepele. Even St. Kizito has changed. They say it is Pepele. We need to see where we can attract them. For them, a small radio with one battery is good for them. They dance now. They come to the Paris. They want to stay in the Paris because there is Pepele. Beyond Pepele is not their issue. Pope says we must first attract them. Youth apostles should be a place where we create friendship. She mentioned there's a misunderstanding with the leaders. But leaders are chosen by you, voted by you. So you have the power. And leaders, Christ is the symbol, the best example of a leader. To lead is to serve. To lead is to be a servant. That's why he was the feet of the apostles. To demonstrate that to lead is to serve. So to lead is not to be authoritarian, to lord it over to the others. Jesus says that's what the pagans do. So we need to create a harmony. Pope gives a lot of, many ways of attracting. Going for pilgrimages. How many of you have been visiting each other in the chapels? How many of you have been taking, saying, youth, let us walk to Rhino Parish to see our parish? I believe some of you may not have even reached Rhino Parish. How many of you sincerely have not reached Rhino Parish? And you are going to grow old here without reaching Rhino Parish. 2018, I decided to walk with the altar servers from Koboko to Lodonga every December 8th on the feast They were laughing, and that time I was a little big. I've reduced a little. They say, Father, even before 1 kilometer we shall carry you. I said, okay, let us walk. With altar servers at 6, we said, many people joined us, even those who are not altar servers, who had not planned to walk. We said, we are walking to Lodonga. It was a pilgrimage, and it is still a pilgrimage. And from that time, we got so many youths. And they are asking, when are we walking again? You can build a team, first attract. Don't wait for the number to swell. Even when you are walking for a pilgrimage, you walk for a cause, you are going to pray. And ask Mother Mary, for example, Lodonga is known for that. When you are going to Rhino camp, say, Father, we are coming there, we are praying, we want to meet the youth there, we want to discuss something. For all this time, it may not cost a cent. They are saying it is about 20 kilometers. Yes, you can walk to Rhino camp. You can decide to walk from here to Yoro to see, we want to interact with the youth. Organize pilgrimages. You can decide to organize end of year, maybe, a youth camp. Come together, make the little resources, it will grow. He's the youth chaplain. How many of you have ever been going to Nebbi for youth conferences? Yes. When you reach Nebbi for youth conference, when you come back, what next? It is over. It should help you to organize conference here for people to come and share the knowledge you received. Youth conferences, as you mentioned. Pilgrimages, youth conferences. Even we can have a get-together party as a youth. Organize evening tea or a tea party. That's not expensive. To attract youth, we must first attract youths. Once we have attracted the youths, and then we build the youths to grow. Let us build the youths to grow. And this is one of the ways of helping you grow. Doctrines like Christ is alive. This is how we are going to grow. Doctrines like the face of God, maybe the mercy of God. We will want you, the Father's heart. Ask questions during seminars. This is how we are going to help us deepening the faith. Now we don't have the money. How can we get that working together? It's going to build us to grow. Celebration of the sacraments is going to help us to grow. For me, this document about youth apostolate, the whole of this book, I have taken it as a textbook. It is a textbook to handle the issues of the young people. We cannot finish it all. Even picking one chapter is not going to be enough. One day is not going to be enough. Last Saturday, I had a retreat for the youth of Koboko Parish. And we decided to say we are only picking one, vocation and discernment. The whole day was not enough. And yet it was only vocation, which Father mentioned. So, we have to get a way that we grow. And Pope has categorized as, also the youth say, yes, he acknowledges there are youth who are in institutions. Some of you are in secondary schools. Probably you have the different youth groups. YCS? Do you have YCS? What is YCS? Young cassava stealers? What is YCS? Yes, others are saying young Catholic students, young Christian students. Very beautiful. YCS and what? What are the youth groups there? SU, Scripture Union, the one of the Muslims. Yes. The institutions have a different setting. But that should. Pope is saying also the institutions that have a different setting must, especially the Catholic founded ones, must promote the faith. Must promote the service for others. Must be designed to allow the youth plan their program. That they must not be dictated upon. Yes, they are, we will say gazetted, yes. But there must be a way that Christ is manifested. You know, we have the youth who are in school, we have the youth who are at homes. I know majority of the young people are in school. Nevertheless, the young adults are there at home. And this is the Pope's interest and the Pope's desire. For the animators, that we must be able to listen to the young people. Listen by their hearts. Understand their challenges. Even this to you, the parents. Share and discuss with their young ones at home. Listen to them. Don't keep the old tradition that they must always listen to you. Young adults must be spoken to, must be listened to. And the young people must be able to share your visions. So, I don't want to take long in this youth apostolate. Pope has put it plain. Pope has mentioned what we normally do. We must see a way that we can attract the young people. And I wanted it to be practical. And this is what the National Youth Coordinator has been ringing through and through and through. We have the YCS rallies that the young people share together. We have the days of enrollments in schools. This is to still attract and build the growth. For me, what Pope wrote about youth apostolates, Madame Joy, yes, I could share my experience, I'm doing it. But I think this is this is what we have been doing. Maybe Pope copied from you, I'm not sure. Maybe this is what you reported. Virtually, it's all about what people have been doing in Uganda. To me, I didn't see something new, actually. What we have been doing. But there's still areas. You see, we have limited ourselves, but we need to explode. The point here is we must attract young people, and these young people must be empowered. You have mentioned beautiful things that you are not doing. That is the sad thing. You are saying music festival, but you are not doing it. What is happening that you cannot organize? Maybe that could be my issue. What is it that is not making you organize the music festival? You are mentioning pilgrimages. What is it that is not making you to have the pilgrimages? You are saying you have the song practices. What is that not making people turn for song practices? But what about those people like me who are having the voices of frog? Do we have places for them in the youth apostolate? Can they do something else? If they cannot sing, can they act drama? Can they say something like a poem? Can we make everyone to participate, do something extra, something new, something that suits his interest? If you are going to talk about sports, it may only be football and netball. What about those who cannot play football and netball, and yet they can play draft? Do we have those categories? So, I am appealing to you. We already know what is needed. Can we put them into practice? Can we get a resolution we want to find out from our coordinators? Now we are doing A, B, C, D. When do we want these A, B, C, D programs to start? Even after here, go and talk to 1 or 2, 3 people. We met, and this is our vision. And we can organize conferences, we can organize meetings, we can organize fellowships, we can organize outreaches. But at the end, it must build us. So we are going to see a way of how we can be able to grow. Even I really did mention. Yes, there are institutions we catered for, but even when we come home for holidays, we must not leave the church. We must be able to participate together. I am very, very happy that you have really listened to me. I know time is running out, and many of us are now sleeping. Christ is alive in me and you. Christ is alive in the stomach. Is he alive there? Are we energetic? I'm very grateful. Thank you for your keen listening. May God bless you.
Thank you very much. In a special way, let us also clap for that wonderful teaching. Let us give thanks to our Father. Who is going to lead us?